We're back on Smells Like 90's Rock, and the thing is when we go back on the air. That's why
We're
I
doing
say
the thing.
We're doing the thing. I don't know what else to say.
What is the thing?
It's
Going
the
on
thing.
air.
It's the thing.
Going on air and having fun.
You know, DJ Pork, we were
Yes.
talking about the Exorcist a minute ago, which reminds me, you missed a great podcast last night. You were not a part of that. And we had fun talking about horrible sequels.
Bad sequels to good movies.
Exactly. It was Smokin Hot Toddcast live, and you missed it. And it was a lot of fun.
That's
We did.
unfortunate.
We did a really good job.
It was a really great show, and you
It was
weren't there.
podcast gold.
It was podcast gold, and it sounded great. I was worried about how the mics were going to work, but the one that fed into the live feed sounded great, and then the one that was behind it that recorded it for the other site sounded fantastic. So it was a perfect episode. Couldn't have been better. Radio gold or podcast gold.
Podcast gold, yes.
It is. And you realize I've been doing that thing for 2 years now? I didn't realize.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this week.
Wow.
This week will make 2 years that I've been doing the podcast. Didn't even realize
Yeah.
that because I talked about it was the season finale next week, but it's in that when I do that it's always the anniversary show. Then the last one was the first, and this one was the second. I was like, wow, I didn't realize I've been doing it that long. It doesn't feel like I've been doing it that long.
Well, that's good.
But
You making some money off it yet? Off
No,
advertising?
I'm on that. What's it, Patreon thing?
Yeah, I know what
You
you're talking
should-
about.
you
The
should
the
get
podcast
paid
is
us
on
out.
that, but I've only got like a few cents out of it. It's not made me a whole lot of money, and I'm still doing the YouTube ads. But if nobody watches the ads, it's not going to do anything. And in my case, it's not those ads that plays; it's those pop-up ones at the bottom of your screen.
Oh.
If you click off of those real fast, you don't get anything. So I've got some videos. I just found a video that I did a few years ago that has over 9,000 views.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And yeah, but because it has.
Do you mind teaching me how to do YouTube, please?
Well, I mean, all I do is I take audio. Like I'll take this and put a picture behind it, put the video up, and people will watch it. I mean. You'd be surprised what people would sit and watch or listen to on YouTube.
Hey, we are extremely entertaining.
No, we are extremely entertaining. But like the
Kind
video,
of.
the video I did,
Yeah.
unfortunately had copyright content in it, which was fine, but I can't get money off of it. So it gets a ton of views, but I don't get to make money off of it. But now my interview videos have been doing pretty well. But I've only made a few cents off of those too, because again, ads don't really don't really make you money on YouTube like they should.
You should get $2,000 because you've been doing this for 2 years.
Yes.
The podcast should
That's
be
that's
making
poverty wage.
That's right.
$1,000 a year.
That should be making Actually, if you were to make that on a podcast, you've become a successful podcaster. If you
$1,000
if
in
you
a
made
year?
$1,000 in a year, you've become a very successful podcaster. Because I mean, unless you're like Kevin Smith or somebody, I mean, or somebody like that.
Joe Rogan. I think
Joe
he has
Rogan's
a
got
successful
Mark
one.
Maron, is that his name?
I think so.
The
Yeah.
WTF podcast.
Yeah.
Unless you're somebody like them, I mean, if you're Joe Blow podcast, if you make that kind of money,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
yeah. It's the same for YouTube. Like if you have red letter media status on YouTube, I mean, not everybody's going to be like that. But if you could get something,
Dan
if you
TDM.
could get like
when you can consistently get your videos to 100,000 views or more, then you're a success.
you are a
It's
success.
like Dan TDM. He has like 1 billion.
That's right.
Yes, all his YouTubers have this insane amount of followers.
Really?
It is crazy.
Was that the guy we just saw a few minutes ago?
That was 8-Bit Ryan.
Okay.
One of my favorites.
hey,
even
Todd.
though I have like
Yeah.
1,000.
Do you remember that time we found? We looked up a video for
Your car?
no, not that one.
That's my favorite.
No, my favorite is when we looked up the video for Adults Only by Slick Rick, and it was just a homemade music video. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
And at the very end of it, you're just kind of scratching your head, wondering what you just watched. But then I just casually mentioned that, like, oh, this guy has like over 200 subscribers.
He
and
does.
And you just busted out laughing, like, we have 90.
We have 90. Exactly. That's all we have. But it's like,
Oh.
yeah.
I watched this. My friend sent me a message on my Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's like a person basically doing Minecraft, and he's like what he says is like,
followers.
baby, I play Minecraft. He's just like singing that through the whole song, and he's like doing funny dance moves in the background, and he has like 2 million subscribers.
Wow.
That
That's upsetting.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, we only have 90.
But
and then,
guys, that gives us hope.
it does. But yeah, this guy that takes one of the most profanity-filled songs and puts it in front. What was even the thing? I forgot.
It was called Adults Only by Slick Rick.
Right.
The video is
And this isn't Slick Rick's video.
No.
This guy made a video of his own.
he takes a funnel and he more or less drew Sharpie all over it and zooms in and out with his camera.
That's it.
And then he drew it makes it look like there's butt cheeks on his stomach, and he just sort of rolls his belly in and out. And that's it. That's the whole video.
And he's got 200 subscribers.
You know what's great about YouTube is that you can watch the cultural decay
You
of
can.
America by rating the number of subscribers each YouTube
You can
channel
find
has.
boy splainers on there.
You find boy splainers and valedictorians that quote Hannah Montana.
Oh.
It's the generation of no.
What was the quote?
Yeah,
I
what
can't
was it?
remember
Was
the
it the
quote.
climb? Was it about the climb?
No,
I
it wasn't
don't
about the climb.
remember. It
That's
was-
Miley Cyrus.
You know, I
See,
bet if I just Google Hannah Montana inspirational post,
yeah.
it'll come up.
See, that's Miley Cyrus. No, this
What?
was directly from the Hannah Montana character.
She said, as Hannah Montana said, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so, we don't have last week's episode, so we don't remember. We
What
don't know
what was
happened.
what was the Kendrick Lamar quote?
I don't remember that either.
Was it
I literally just space out sometimes if you all cannot tell. And when it gets to that point of what, I space.
was it love one of you bucket-headed hoes? No way. Was that the Kendrick Lamar quote?
No, it was something.
Was it did it have a little bit of resonance or not?
I'm going to go to Pinterest. No, it really.
Because Kendrick Lamar, he can be kind of iffy. Some things he can say that are actually kind of clever and kind of insightful, but then
Then it's back to the hose.
But then you have backseat freestyle, which is just ridiculous.
And that's about sex.
Yeah, it is. It is about sex. In the goofiest terms possible, it's about sex.
Oh God.
Are you finding any quotes by Hannah Montana at all, Sheila?
I feel like it's going to be this one on Pinterest
Okay, it probably will be.
that says, they say that good things take time, but really great things happen in the blink of an eye.
No, that's probably objectively untrue.
No, but
Great things take time.
but that sounds familiar. I think that was the quote.
But I mean, that's like the first Google thing we pull up, and
Yeah.
it's under Hannah Montana, and it's on Pinterest. It's got all that makings.
It's got the teenage girl.
And that's probably the most research that this person did for
probably
their speech.
As Hannah Montana, I can just hear that graduation speech. As Hannah Montana said.
As
That.
Hannah Montana once said,
Yes,
good things happen with hard work, but great things often happen in the blink of an eye. What? That doesn't make any sense. You should have raised your hand, Sheila. Like,
Can you
I
repeat
know.
that?
I'm like, as Hannah Montana, I was already embarrassing the second cousins all the way down the line there.
why are you ashamed of me, Sheila?
And I was also like, oh, the
Again with Cameron.
I love you, Sheila.
He asked for it.
I love you like a
unfortunately.
second cousin.